All right, welcome back to another episode. This is Mike Perkins, one half of MVP, one half of Mike and Vince Perkins, one half of Opinions I Like Podcasts. And for this here, I am the whole show. You see the thumbnail, you see the title. There's been a lot of things going on, obviously, with this Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez thing, incident, and the Tory Lanez trial. Let me be accurate. It's the trial of Tory Lanez. I'll put some of the links in the description for the things that I'm actually grabbing from. I'll start with some of the subsidiary things that are going on here. Yamaneika Saunders. She was on Comedy Hype, and she was having an interaction with Pierre, comedy guy, comedian. Famously, I think that he was in what's that? It had to be. Was it Booty Call? No, it wasn't Booty Call. It was How to Be a Player. That's what it was. How to Be a Player. And, they were going back and forth. Of course, Yamaneika Saunders is, a boisterous, bigger black woman. Notice the alliteration there. Thank you. So she's making her voice be heard on how does she feel that black men need to now step up for black women, because we haven't for the past, I would assume she's talking about at least of her life. I assume she's close to 50. Yamaneika, a little bit of history on her. First time I heard about her was from the Black Phillip show. Black Phillip is Patrice O'Neal, the late great Patrice O'Neal. She was on there. She's an associate, I think, of Dante Nero. And she was on there, obviously making some of the same arguments then that she's making now. I mean, when you're in the face of Patrice O'Neal, you got to kind of, if you're that way, he would have outed you for being that way. But that's the first time I heard from her. I think she was a new comic then, so she's at least 20 years in, I would imagine, 15 or something like that. But neither here nor there. Her assessment in this situation is like most women's assessment of the situations. And Meg was shot. She's the victim here. We need to show her some respect. I think that a lot of what women are going through in the wake of this situation, in the wake of the whole situation with Tory and Meg, is that they're not understanding that. I don't think anybody's disputing whether she was injured or not. I think most of us just will accept that she's injured. The trial is not whether she got injured or not. The trial is about whether Tory did it or not. Inconclusive evidence with regards to his fingerprints on the gun. His fingerprints are not found on the magazine. There are no accounts, no real evidence to suggest that he actually did anything. Not to say that, he couldn't be found guilty in some way, shape, or form. They still have a witness that was on the balcony that they're waiting on. I'm pretty sure that'll happen eventually. But I think that what women are missing is that this is a trial of whether Tory did it or not. And if he did, he deserves everything that would come to him. If he did not, I would suspect that the same should be said about Meg. Because it's not that she's not a victim of being shot, or being injured. Because I don't even know whether she was shot or not. I mean, when there's two conflicting reports on whether it was glass versus being a bullet, I don't, who knows, man. I'm not here to tell anybody that they should believe one or the other. I'm just gonna say I don't know at this point, because whatever. But she was at least injured. So let's just say she's a victim of an injury. And because that fact is true, and I will accept that she was at least injured, that doesn't then stop there. Saying that somebody did it now makes it about somebody else. Now, if she just was injured and she said, I was injured, the thing happened, moving on, I wouldn't expect her to do that. But once you say it's somebody that did it and you can't prove that person did it, then it's kind of like now it's not about just you getting injured. Now it's about who injured you. But, you know, you have somebody like Yamaneika who just, I mean, she doesn't strike me as a person that's in any kind of relationship. I know that she's a baby mama, so, you know, whatever. But let's do this. Let's go to the protect black women thing. What I would ask black women, you know, if I could, you know, I try not to talk like this in my regular life, but, you know, if there's any black women that listen to us, we're at 472 subscribers right now. Thank you for upping those. Let's keep it moving. But I would ask any black woman is this: what is, if there is any, a thing that disqualifies a woman from being protected? Because to me, this blanket statement of protect black women, it puts men at a disadvantage, because there is no standard for me to essentially risk my life. You know, if when I ask that question, you don't have an answer, well, just get to me when you do. Otherwise, no protection for you. Because if there's nothing that disqualifies a woman, a black woman specifically, from being protected, then there's no standard. There's no responsibility on your end. Like, I'll take the responsibility for protecting you if you can give me something, some criteria that you're responsible for, or something at least that disqualifies you from being protected. So that men need to start asking those questions so that we can have sort of a protocol to understand who gets protection and who doesn't. Because I don't believe that all black women need to be protected. You know, I can think of at least 20 off the top of my head, 20, you know, situations or circumstances or actions that disqualify you from being protected. And enough of the times we're looking at women who exhibit or demonstrate the behavior of a woman that doesn't really need to be protected. You know, is it if you're hanging around guys who are violent that, hey, you disqualified yourself because you're hanging around the guys that are violent, knowing already that they're violent. Hey, you better ask for protection from them. You know what I'm saying? If you're having sex with a guy who is violent, if you're like, I can think of 20 at least off the top of my head where a woman disqualifies herself from being protected. If you go back to a guy that's been violent with you before, hey, if you messing with a guy that has a history of violence, hey, you're putting me in danger now, because it's not about me protecting you. It's about me protecting myself. You know, I can give you the first one. I can't give you the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth one. You know, and it gets to a point where you're having these conversations about what men need to do at the expense of our lives without actually coming to a conclusion on what women need to do to even earn our lives. Because our lives aren't trivial, obviously. You know, I think that our lives are worth a little bit more than just protect all black women at all costs. And just as a rebuttal to the rebuttal, you know, of, well, we protect y'all, you don't. You don't protect us. Marching for dead people isn't protecting us. Marching for dead people isn't standing up for us. You know, because just to keep it real, we wouldn't march. The guys who do march, they do. But for the most part, I don't believe we would march, because we ultimately know the solution. I think that black men know the solution. The solution is that everybody can't go. The solution is really that everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. You know, I've heard it be quoted, by BGS, maybe not BGS, but certainly people in the Ibmore family, the Ibmore crew, that maybe 20%, I'm thinking more 10%, so if it's 40 million rather, I'm thinking like 4 million, maybe, I don't believe a lot of us are going to survive the solution. And I don't think that, a lot of us are going to survive or be included in the solution. And I think that men are okay with that, because I think we ultimately understand that our decisions are on us. I think that what Yamaneika was doing in the I would encourage everybody, if you're listening to this now, to go to the link, get the link, go listen to what she was saying, and then come back, because this will be up, so you can do that. But the things that she was saying suggest that men need to get on their level. It's the same, nonsense, femicide. Women have businesses, they're independent, they have their education, so on and so. The same nonsense talking points that really it's like they're either disproven or they're so insignificant that it's not really a thing. But let's say all of that stuff is true. We're killing you. We're inept. We're insufficient. We're inadequate. We're incompetent. We're incapable. We're irresponsible. The whole nine. Let's just say that. The solution to that problem is don't fuck us. Don't give us no coochie. No coochie for unproductive, irresponsible black men. You know what I mean? And if you believe that most of us are like that, then most of us don't get pussy, and I'm fine with that. Don't procreate with unproductive dudes because you're going to produce more unproductive dudes. That's the solution to that. You know what I mean? I'm not giving men an out for being inept. I'm not giving them an excuse for being inept. I'm not giving them anything. They don't get no excuses. They don't get no outs. They don't get no, well, the system, the white man. No, thank you, white man, but no thanks. You know, no thanks. We're not going to include racism. We're not going to include the system. We're not going to say police brutality. Nothing. No man has an excuse for being unproductive. No man. That's black, white, purple, pink, blue. You don't have an excuse. Now that men no longer have an excuse for being unproductive, you have to at least be responsible for your sexual selection. Which is really it. Which is what I would say to any woman. Okay, really, black men need to step it up. You're right. You should not waste your time with black men. Black men who are unproductive. And if most of us are unproductive, then most of us don't deserve coochie. But don't fuck us and don't procreate with us. Because we don't deserve it. Now, do you then get a woman come back to you saying, well, you got to understand? Because then that shows me what we all know is that they believe that if he broke, he got that stroke. And you can go back to my video. I got a short on Miss Amanda Seales, whereas she's saying that very thing. But they believe that broke dick is the best dick. That's what they believe. Every race has an ain't shit department. Every race. White people got white trash. Mexicans got whatever their version of that is. Hispanics, Asians, Indians, whatever. We all have our ain't shit department with regards to dudes. Our women tend to go to the ain't shit department and go and get dick and then go back. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm saying you can't do that and complain about your outcomes. You have to accept the outcomes of fucking unproductive dudes. I don't want to hear about your loyalty trick, trap, guilt trip, shaming tactic, because that play is old. You're not loyal to us. You've exhausted all your possibilities. Don't want to hear your mouth. Shut the fuck up. You are not loyal to us. You've exhausted all possibilities. If you only have water in your house and you can't afford juice or any kind of pop or anything else, wine, alcohol, and you drinking water, you are not loyal to water. You only got water. So you over here with water because water is all you got. Because I would ask you this. What race of men are going to listen to you tell them that they're strong, you're strong, independent, and don't need them, and then ask them for some shit? Please tell me, what race of men is going to deal with that? Because I know Mexican men I know Mexican women are not walking around saying, I'm strong and independent and don't need no man. And then ask a Mexican man for some shit. That probably ain't happening. That's probably not happening. I mean, I'm guessing that that's not happening. I could be wrong. They could be saying, I'm a strong, independent Mexican woman, don't need no man. Maybe. Who knows? I don't think that that's happening. And you're telling the men that you say you don't need to protect you. How are you going to execute that play? That guilt trip don't work. It may work on your son, but I ain't your son. And I'm not listening to that shit. Bottom line, I'm not listening to that shit. Nobody needs to be listening to that shit. These are the women we supposed to marry. These are the women we supposed to... I don't understand that. So if we ain't shit, the solution is stop fucking with us. And this is another thing too. If we ain't shit and you deserve better, then you need to demonstrate that you can get better. If you got a house and you're trying to sell it for $200,000, but you're only getting offers for $50,000, the house is worth $50,000. I don't give a fuck what you say about it. The market dictates value. You can set the price. The market dictates value, and it would be in your best interest to set the price close to the market value. I mean, or you can just do whatever the fuck you want. I ain't nobody but some punk ass nigga on YouTube. So, the point of it all is that if we accept your premise, then the solution is clear. Don't give us no coochie, don't procreate with us, and demonstrate that you can get better men. Because 92% of the time, y'all choosing us for marriage. I mean, I wouldn't do that if I was you, considering we ain't shit. Moving on. Now, you have Miss Carrie Hilson, who is the face. Pretty girl. I think she's like 40 or something like that. Pretty girl, talented, you know. I'm sure she got some credit, some Grammy for writing something. I'm pretty sure she does. Let's assume that. Yeah, she quietly tried to say that Miss Kelsey Harris, was paid off in the Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lanez situation, the Tory Lanez trial, because he is actually on trial. And she tried to secretly say that, and Hollywood Unlocked played her and posted the shit on their page. And saying that she was paid off. Look, I get it, right? Meg Thee Stallion is a woman that is in the industry. You know, where y'all gotta sit together, at least you feel you do. And you know, I stand with Meg is a hashtag. You know, there's even been a lady who did a slam poetry, Def Jam Poetry Jam, Jizzle Jam. And it was horrible. It was horrible. So I might tag that in there too, since I mentioned it. I might put all that shit in there. But it was horrible. It was horrible if I ever saw a poetry jam. Yeah, but getting back to Carrie, it doesn't make sense that the woman who was involved in the situation, look, if she did nothing, she did nothing. You know what I mean? That's possible. If she just did nothing, if Tory actually did it, then she doesn't have anything. But it doesn't make sense for the person who is innocent in Kelsey Harris. If she's innocent, one, and she's pleading the fifth, and Tory paid her off. I don't understand how that works. Because if you're innocent, and she doesn't look like she's rocking with Tory, because I think she was the prosecution's witness, if I'm not mistaken. So she is either stupid and has stupid counsel, or she probably didn't accept any money from Tory. She probably just didn't accept any money from Tory, because the reality of it is that you can't fake my fingerprints ain't nowhere. You can't fake inconclusive evidence. You can't fake that. So that's at least real. Now, I'm not saying he didn't do it. There's a possibility that he did it. Whatever. But those moves are not making Tory be suspicious. It's making Kelsey be suspicious. And look, in this world of believe all women and protect black women, all I got to say about that is that you have to execute getting that protection, because the onus is on you to pick a man that is going to protect you, provide for you, and lead you. And if you can't get that, that is a reflection on you, not a reflection on men, especially not black men. Because again, we ain't shit no way. So why even talk to ain't shit niggas if you can do better than ain't shit niggas? But a problem a lot of the times is that you get women like Carrie who feel like they're owed a productive man. Ma'am, you're not owed a productive man. You're not owed a productive man. None of you all are owed a productive man. You either earn a productive man or you don't. You're not owed protection. I don't believe in protecting all black women. I believe in protecting the ones that know the rules. Because if you take care of your part, it's no problem. Furthermore, men have obligations. Like, I was married once upon a time. You know, hi everybody. My name is Michael Perkins, and I'm a divorcee. I was married, and my ex-wife didn't really have a lot of confrontation. You know, she had my last name. Everybody knew who I was to her. You know, and I'm a taller guy, but I'm not the biggest guy in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm essentially 6 feet, 193, 194. You know what I'm saying? You know, and whatever you want to believe that comes in. So I'm not Shaq, is what I'm saying. So I don't scare people, or people see me and be like, ooh, that's that big nigga. But I am, however, a man. And my ex-wife never really had to worry about that. Not because I'm scaring everybody and I'm a gangster, but they know, look, at the end of the day, I got a guy for this woman, so, you know, it is what it is. Wouldn't it be foolish of me to breach my contract or my social, cultural, marital understanding with my wife as a means to protect a random woman? Like, wouldn't that be stupid? Because not only, this is what's happening, is that women want universal protection, like universal health care. Bitch, no. Especially when I have an obligation to my wife first, my mom, my sister, I don't have daughters, but let's just say I had daughters, my family. The best thing I can do for a woman I don't know is call the cops. Jumping in front of that breaches my cultural, my social, my marital obligation to my wife, because I owe them protection, and anything that's going to put me in danger is certainly not in alliance with our understanding, because I'm her protector. I'm not your protector. And I don't have time to understand what is the basis of your interaction with this dude who's being violent towards you. I have enough time to call 911 and say, it's some stuff going down, get here quickly. Flag down a cop and say, hey, right over here. I don't have time to be jumping in, get my ass whooped. Because, I mean, I can fight, but let's assume I'm going to get my ass whooped. You know? I don't have time to do that. This protect all black women. It's just, and the expectation of Tory is that if he didn't shoot her, that he was supposed to protect her from getting shot, because the only other person that could have shot her, obviously, is Kelsey Harris. Let's explore that idea. Let's explore that. So what Tory is supposed to do is to put himself in harm's way between two women who are having a quarrel, because in order for Kelsey to shoot at her, she would have had to be mad at her, so they had to have had a quarrel. He's supposed to put himself in harm's way for what? At least dude has a son. I didn't know he had a son, but now I know he has a son. He at least has a son. His priority is to make it home to his son. His parental obligation supersedes whatever the fuck you talking about. He owes his son to be a protector. He doesn't owe some random bras he was having sex with to be protectors. And this is another thing too. If they care about protection, then back to my original point, you fuck protectors. If Tory is not protecting you, he don't get no coochie. But the problem is that you don't fuck for protection. You don't fuck for production. You fuck for penis. And I don't tell you to do nothing different. I just tell you, take what come with it. Because it ain't my responsibility. If your baby daddy ain't shit, then you fuck ain't shit niggas. And guess what? You get what you get. Nobody feels sorry for Drake for his baby mama, and that's with all due respect, being a porn star or a softcore porn star. Nobody's saying, oh, dog, that's fucked up. She played him. Nope. You chose what you chose. You get what you get. Even to the young lady who said, you know what? I'm going to take the contents of the condom. You know what I'm saying? She took the contents of the condom and put it in her coochie, only to be burned by a condiment. See what I did there? It's a lot of alliteration. Bars. But yes, even that situation, if she would have got him or ran that play and executed it perfectly, ain't nobody feeling sorry for Drake. They like, hey man, look, the game is dirty. And you out here with dirty broads. So you need to vet better, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Now, Drake, if she would have executed that play, would have been the victim. But ain't nobody feeling sorry for him. Nobody saying, oh dog, she tried to, oh man, and then this is the killer. You tell me what's the law against her doing that? Ain't no law against her doing that. Ain't no law. As fucked up as that sound, ain't no law. Ain't no law against her executing that play. Nobody feels sorry for men when they make bad decisions with women. So I would ask, what are we supposed to do when she's fucking a guy that doesn't protect her? Because if your a priority is protection, then don't get no pussy to a nigga that don't protect you. If your priority is production, then don't fuck a nigga, give no nigga no pussy who ain't productive. If your priority is provider, leader, then you don't give a nigga no pussy who ain't doing the thing. Whatever your priority is. But we know now that if I accept that we ain't shit, if I accept that we're unproductive, if I accept that we need to get on your level, if I accept that we just ain't been protected, if I accept that we ain't shit, now what? Don't give us no coochie whatsoever. Because if you keep giving us coochie, then I'm to believe you love unproductive penis. You love penis that don't protect you. You love non-provider penis. That's what you love. And nobody addresses it. Because Meg Thee Stallion does not have to fuck these niggas. She does not. I know she doesn't. It is not a requirement. Nobody gotta fuck nobody. Ain't no woman ever had to fuck no nigga, because that's called something. So if you ever felt like you had to fuck a nigga, that's called something. They got a law for that. So she do not have to fuck these niggas. This is consensual. And she's giving consensual coochie to these unproductive niggas, these non-protector males, these incels, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. She's giving pussy to these niggas. And then, when she gets the consequence of that, now we're supposed to feel sorry, man. You know what? I don't wish being injured, shot, glass in your foot. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish death on nobody. But it's only so long you're going to be around niggas that shoot before you get shot. It's only so long you're going to be around niggas who do dumb shit for some dumb shit happen to you. Men understand this. This is why we are the protectors. So that if we're responsible for protection to the tune of 100%, I would guess this. Then what we need is a set of rules for you to qualify for protection. What are they? Because we can be ain't shit till the cows come home. We can be ain't shit motherfuckers until you blue in the face. What is the criteria for you to get protection? Because it can't just be, well, just protect us. No, motherfucker. Because let Meg Thee Stallion be in that situation and I'm around. That bitch got shot. I'm sorry, she got shot. That's what happened. That's what happened. Bitch had a gun or a nigga had a gun, I got the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying? I got the fuck out the way. Because I got people that I'm obligated to. I got people that I'm responsible for. And furthermore, I mean, if I'm Tory, I'm not even there. So, I mean, neither here nor there. I mean, like, I'm not even in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't party late. And I don't hang with broads I don't know like that. You know what I'm saying? I only go when I feel comfortable. And he shouldn't have felt comfortable because he ain't know none of them motherfuckers. He barely know old girl like that. So what I would say is, what is the criteria for protection? Any woman that hears this, give me a list. What is the criteria? What disqualifies you from being protected? Because if it's nothing, then we don't need to have another conversation. Because, bitch, you on Pluto having this conversation. You on Pluto. And I don't want to hear your mouth. You on Pluto. But that's my time, man. I've talked long enough, man. Keep with the subscriptions. Keep with the likes. Keep with the with all the love, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, man. We trying to get to 500. We're about, I think that's 28 subscribers away. 28 subscribers away to 500. So just keep showing love, man. You know, the quicker we can get to this G, to this Thou Wow, to this 1K, the better. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to there. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to make it a goal for the end of the year, but I obviously won't get there. But just keep supporting, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna try to just get in as many of these as I can. I'm doing a lot of stuff on the back end, man. So, you know, it's It's a lot of stuff going on. But I'm gonna keep trying to kick out these shorts and kick out some of these shows, man. So just keep showing love, keep supporting, man. That's gonna be my time. Mike Perkins, and I am out.